I think this might be one of the most important videos of all the videos this time of year, are the 2-year-olds, right? Because a lot of people are asking, how long? When are our horses ready? Are they close? How have they been doing if you aren't there already? And then other people are saying, hey, what's wrong with the horse? Is he or she sick or not good enough? And then for the people that know now, if their horses aren't good enough, what's the plan with them? Do they stay? When do we move them on? Do we turn them out? So this is a very, very important video. I'm going to get through it as quickly as I can, but not too quick, because I want everybody to understand everything we're doing here. Allie's Got Grit. I was very, very pleased with Allie's Got Grit's race in our qualifier in the Meadows. Now, Allie's Got Grit did not get in Wednesday. They had a bunch of stake races, so they didn't go with very many overnights. And the maiden trot didn't go. So Allie didn't get in. We're going to see if we can get Allie at the Meadows. If not, we may train, requalify, and then send to Illinois. But I don't want him going without his sister, so to speak. What a lady, what a night. And she'll qualify on Tuesday. So Allie's Got Grit, 2-1 last quarter, 30 seconds, but looked very good doing it. Really impressed with the way that horse looked. Arrowhead Hanover, man, I can't stress enough how pleased I was with the way he raced. How many times can you say, I really didn't know if this horse could trot in 56, and he's second beat a half a length in 54-2. That was an incredible mile, a huge outing, and a very, very impressive mile for him. I told Tim, do not race him next week. Let's just give him the week to relax, chill out, make sure he's good. We'll maybe school him a slow mile in 2.5 or 2.6 on Tuesday. Because I'm going to be there anyway to go with Melisandre and to go with What a Lady, What a Night. And now we're adding a horse, the Priest. We'll talk about him in a minute. And just give him a slow schooler. A slow schooler 4 days out, I think it'll be great. I think the horse will be fine. That's the plan for Arrowhead Hanover. Atronette, call her whatever you want. That was a big, big mile from her the other day. A winner at 158. Really, really pleased with Atronette. Aunt Lily, little flat, but can you blame her? Like, you guys know this filly was coming off the virus a little bit, right? She was a little bit sick. She wasn't on the top of her game. And, I ended up, when you're 3-5 or 2-5, people are looking to let you go, right? They want to follow you. So I thought I would cut it, get everything my own way, and hopefully she would be able to best Ron Burke's horse and any of the other ones in there. It wasn't the case. She was third, but she's coming in much sharper this week, much better this week, and I think you're going to see a much better outing from Aunt Lily this week. Bluebird Tuxedo Hill, I just talked about Bluebird Tuxedo Hill and said, here he's going to weight count of 14. This is like the 4th or 5th time this horse has been fairly sick. His immune system probably a little compromised. He's not at the healthiest horse, and it's showing up on the track. Now, I don't think this is a horse we get rid of by any stretch of the imagination. This is a very well-bred, he's got a good attitude, but his body is not helping him out right now. Now we're in the heat of the season. This is April. Maybe we hit the pause button and we get him back on track, but it's not. And it is problematic. It is concerning, but at the same time, I think the best way to combat that is just give the horse some time off. And I did not think that I would be having this conversation. I thought we were over the Bluebird Tuxedo Hill is sick conversations. Seemed healthy to me. It looked good. I had reported back to you guys that Bluebird Tuxedo Hill looked fine, but needed some time, right? He was ready to go in 2-3, 2-2, 2-4. But that's all he could go right now because he's not healthy. Scoped okay. Blood come back terrible. We have him on something a little stronger, see if we can knock that weight count down and figure out what's going on with him. But I would have to believe, when I have a very candid conversation with Jason and Dr. Latessa next week, that top of the list will probably be, well, what about giving him some time off? I think that's fair to the horse. And that's likely the route we'll take, but we'll see how this progresses over the next little while. Blue Ventura raced great on Saturday, 54-1, 29-2. That should have been able to garner you a picture. Would have in the first division, but not in that division. And the problem with Blue Ventura is allergies. I've seen this with the Heston Blue Chips time and time again. And I don't want to paint with that brush. I don't want to say, oh, it's a Heston Blue Chip issue. No, there's lots of horses that have allergy issues. Lots of horses that struggle with allergies this time of year. There was no blood. but a 2 out of 5 for mucus, and I can assure you it's all allergy related. So how do we combat that? Just do the best we can for right now. Try to avoid miles at 53 would be great. That's easier said than done. Overall, I was pleased with the way the horse performed. He did the best he could. Cadeau also did the best he could last week. You could see, if you had a mic on me, I would have told you half fire on the first turn, we're going to have a problem at some point in the mile. I was hopeful that he would thaw out and be able to race as best he could, and he did all he could until he couldn't any longer, and he ended up making a break in the second turn. We're going to work harder on his feet, and I think a softer track in Scioto will play a big role in this horse going a much better mile in his next start. Captain Incredible schooled. I was not told how fast. I know they were aiming for 2-1. I know that James and Harry are keeping his ability and readiness under lock and key, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be a secret. If I flat out asked him, I want to know how fast you went, I want to know how he was, that's fine. But the fact that they're being pretty coy about it leads me to believe that they're trying to stall for a little more time, which is fine with me. You don't have to stall. Take all the time you want. Captain Incredibly ready when we're told he's ready. Simple as that. He's got a ton of stakes, and all of them are just about to start. Not worried about Pennsylvania. Keep in mind, we have all the major stake races throughout the summer, whether it be Kentucky or anywhere else, all of them. So there's no problems with Captain Incredible. You tell me when he's ready to go. I didn't want to give anybody carte blanche until it was needed. As I said to Harry, take the time you want. I wanted to have him ready mid-July. If he's not ready, let me know when he will be. And I think that's where we're at right now with Captain Incredible. But I have a sneaking suspicion he schooled pretty good the other day. Century Legion, he's not in to go this week. I wonder, are they just waiting for the grassroots? Maybe they schooled him up. I apologize. I did not reach out to Harry in regards to Century Legion. I was happy with the way he qualified. I was mildly happy with the way he raced, but I would like to see some improvement, and I suspect we will over the next couple of starts with Century Legion. Chicago Hall schooled in 2 minutes, I'm told now. I thought it was 2-1. It was 2 minutes on Friday. No blood, no mucus, everything heading in the right direction. Very happy with what I hear and I see from Chicago Hall. So expecting good things from him next Friday in his next stake race. Cleveland Masha's been in 2-9. I know Dominic is trying. She's also eligible. She's also paid into the Quebec series because she's a Quebec foaled filly. So I know Dominic is trying to get her ready for Three Rivers. I just want to make sure she is ready. Being qualified and being present does not mean you're ready. So I want to make sure that she is ready. Is this just a turning lane? Or can you go straight here also? It looks... Well, these guys are both turning. I don't want to turn. I want to go straight. I guess we'll see.
Backhands and passed out like Addie too.
Yeah. Country Dancing, did some bet work on her. She's ready to go for this weekend at the Poconos, so I'm very intrigued. Darn it, I forgot to talk to Todd McCarthy. Oh, this is just a turning lane. I'm going to cut you off there, buckaroo. And you're going to eat the wave. We're all set. So Country Dancing raced well, or trained well, and is ready to go. I didn't get a chance to talk to Toddy about how she's been doing and what she's all about, but I'm sure a guy like him will figure it out quite quickly. Dancing by Myself out in the field. Again, I don't have a problem with that, especially after the way Time Is On My Side has kind of paved a new path for some of these horses. Before, it was taboo, right? Don't have your 3-year-olds ready in December and January, or into January, February. Don't have them ready then because they won't be able to race the whole year. But I think Time Is On My Side has set that bar a little different, hasn't he? Now we do have options with some of those horses to take advantage of some of the early money, give them a little break, and they can stay fresh. He's as fresh as he's ever been right now today, and we're almost into August. So thoroughly pleased with what I've seen there, and happy that we do have more options than maybe even we thought we did in regards to horses like Dancing by Myself, who was one of our top trainers training down. Just need to grow up and mature a little bit, and hopefully he will. Dancing in My Socks, on the bubble. He's really on the bubble if we're going to keep him or not. I thought we had an offer of $15,000 for him this week, and it fell through a little bit. I may even put him in the sale in August, down in Springfield. A big, strong, good-looking colt like him should bring good money. I don't think there's any need to give him away, but are we gonna hitch our wagon, so to speak, to him next year. No, he's a middle of the road, okay horse. There's nothing wrong with that. I wish he was a little bit better, but it is what it is. Fire and Shine was great the other day. Quietly, of our 4 horses, who I think she's 4th best in, she was the fastest filly of all 4 of them. And I thought she did her work as well as she could. So that was impressive in that regard. Foxy Seaside got beat up a little bit. She's not as handy on a half. I wanted her on a 5/8. We're going to race her on a 5/8 next week, and then we're going to come right back and leave her with Brett and Stacy so she can stay on a 5/8 moving forward. I just don't think there's any need to have Foxy Seaside on a half. She's just not as comfortable on a half. So why is she here? We're going to ship her out and have her down there and see how Stacy and Brett do with her. Freedom Hill raced great, raced her butt off. I was thoroughly pleased with that filly and continue to be. I think she and a couple of people had asked me, do you think she's really a sire stake horse though? Yeah, I really think she really is a sire stake horse. She was second to arguably one of the better Ohio breds the other day. Just beat me at the wire nonetheless. And we're going to get another crack at him, and another one, and another one. And I think at some point, Freedom Hill is going to break through, but she is most definitely a sire stake filly. Gaslight Hall is close. Danny was again back to raving about Gaslight Hall. Very happy with what I've heard from home base from him. I'll talk to everybody at the barn a little bit Sunday if they're there, and most definitely into Monday. But when it comes to Gaslight Hall, I think, I hope that he lives up to the hype, because everybody that's ever sat behind this horse has said good things about him. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful he's as good as we hope he is. Gorgeous Package, a very rare mistake from her the other day in the first turn, but tried her butt off, recovered, circled up around everybody, and was a very scantly beat second in 58 and raced great. Very pleased with her. Grand Old Chap is looking good. A lot of people this week, I think shares are changing hands of Grand Old Chap, because there are a lot of new people saying, what's the scoop with Chap and what's wrong with Chap? So everybody can get the same 411 at the same time. Grand Old Chap's been in 255, looks way better, needed time to mature. How much time? I don't know. And I won't know until he gets better and better and better. If you bought into the horse thinking he's going to be stake caliber in 2024, well, I don't mean to burst your bubble, but that likely won't happen. I'm hopeful maybe he catches the end of the summer stakes, but there is certainly no guarantee with that. We're at July 20th now, and he's been in 255, so you do the math. Green Glitter, a little flat. I was a little disappointed the other day, a little heartbroken that Green Glitter was like this, but I've been beating that drum for quite a while. I like her. She does everything right, but how deep is she? I don't know. I wasn't thoroughly pleased the other day. I hope she comes back with a better effort next time. Gymboree, I'm shocked. Scott Zeron loves Gymboree. I was shocked how much he loved Gymboree until I spoke to him. The first time he drove her, I don't know if she's good enough. Then he was kind of quiet about her. The second time he liked her. After the third start, he really liked her. And we had a rather good conversation the other day about where she might actually start in the staking ladder in Lexington. He likes this filly quite a bit, and I'm very eager to see what comes of Gymboree on a softer, more forgiving track like Lexington. He's a Grape Guy is sold. We sold He's a Grape Guy. We're going to continue to move and don't take this the wrong way. I'll say it bluntly, the deadwood of the stable, the horses that are the low-hanging fruit, the ones that just aren't, that are obvious. This horse obviously isn't a stable horse. There's no argument to make. I like He's a Grape Guy. Like his attitude, I like his work ethic. Not a big fan of his ability. He is a ordinary horse and just isn't going to be a stable horse, so we moved him. It's as simple as that. High Hopes. She's a bit of a cow. She can be really rude sometimes, but qualified good the other day. It's hard to look at and say 7 beats 16. Yeah, but we were in with aged horses, right? That was no easy crew. Plus, I was super cautious with her. I think she's getting better. I like what I see, and I actually am eager to race her. Mrs. H. I was actually very eager to race her this week, and although I'm not a big fan of race 6 and 13 with Oh Hell No and High Hopes, still, I am eager to race both of those fillies. I like them both. I Don't Play Nice actually was a shining part of a horrible day in Wednesday. He raced well, looked good, and I was happy. I was impressed with what I saw. This is a step down still from where I thought he'd be. I thought this was our next generation colt, and he just hasn't come to fruition yet. But that doesn't mean he was bad. He just hasn't been as good as I hoped. I'm a trucker, trained in 244 with no hobbles on today. Jason McGinnis trained him, said he was better. I told him, I said, just keep going miles between 40 and 50 with no hobbles on till he gets his confidence up. You know, he shouldn't need that crutch of hobbles right now, not going this speed. So let him grow up, mature, and tell us when he's ready to go more. And that's where we're at with I'm a Trucker. I'm Ready Too is out in the field. He'll come back in another week or so. We'll start him back up. Leggy, still a little unclear of our path forward for her. I like the filly. I think she'll be fine. Dr. Latessa doesn't seem to worry about that chip that came out of her. It's just a matter of, I think next week she starts walking and in the aquasizer. But does she start back training after that, or does she go out in the field? I need to have a little more in-depth conversation with Dr. Latessa about that. LT Troubadour, disappointed. I was very disappointed in his race the other day. Anytime a horse boils over with anger or frustration, especially after the training they had all spring, it bothers me. There was no need for that break the other night. I was very disappointed with him, and he will train hard before, wait now, he's going to race next Thursday. He's going to train a little bit on Monday. I can guarantee you that. He's not getting away with that. But he will race much better on a 5/8 mile track. Yep. What do we got next? Manhattan Money. I thought he was good. Interested to see where we're going to race him this week. It's as simple as this. We entered him in the 2-year-old maiden. If the 2-year-old maiden doesn't go, and it may not, if it doesn't go, then we'll race him in the Arden. I think he might be a little bit overmatched in the Arden. Now, looking at the two colts together and what they've accomplished so far, it would be unfair to ask Manhattan Money to race against Arrowhead Hanover, but that's exactly what may happen starting next week. What?
No Verizon.
What's that?
It's Verizon.
Yeah, I know. Melisandre has been in 2.7, and I've told everybody, I had a couple people message me say, I know you're in 2.7, but do you think she's going to qualify next week? I can guarantee you she's not going to qualify next week. In fact, I will go as far as to guarantee you she will not qualify till August at the earliest. And it may be the latter part of August either. I will qualify Melisandre when she is very certain of when she is ready to qualify. And that's the most important thing. It isn't about going fast and doing everything right and then putting them in to qualify. It's about qualifying the horses when they're comfortable and ready to go. And Melisandre just isn't there yet. She's close. She's doing everything properly, and that's important. Now she just has to speed up. She'll do that on her own time. You know, again, it's not a speed thing. I don't think if you ask me what's her problem, I think she's just immature. I don't think there's any ability or speed issue with Melisandre. She just has to grow up on her own terms. And we'll continue. I will not beat 2.5, 2.6 with her until I'm certain it will lead to a qualifier in the near future. That's where we're at with Melisandre. Memento Mori was great the other day. We're going to take... Are you awake? We're going to get some chicken at Chick-fil-A. Is that okay? Yeah, baby?
Can I have the white phone back?
After Chick-fil-A, okay? After you eat your supper.
I was able to get half a phone back.
Oh, because she was being sneaky. Put it back in the box. You take it out of the box again, I'll throw it out the window. No. Memento Mori, we're going to strip all the gear off of him. I trained him the other day in 2.5, last quarter in 29 seconds. No hobbles, no head pulls, no nothing. Just a closed bridle. Stop staring at your sister. Just a closed bridle and a Murphy blind on the left.
You're such a rat.
Yeah, well, she's you when you were 5.
How? I had no one to rat on.
Well, you ratted on anybody you could.
How?
Mountaineer Prince, 2-1. I trained the horse in 2-1 the other day. Never put a step in. I think the vet work that Dr. Latessa did really helped, because there's no way that's the same horse we watch galloping all over the track in Michigan. It's impossible. So the vet work he did was documented and given to Donnie Herman, and it's simply a touch-up maybe in a couple of weeks if needed. But the horse I trained the other day is ready to rock right now. I can assure you of that. My Wicked Heart is not really ready to rock. She's an okay horse. And then I'm waiting to see a better horse, and if one doesn't emerge, then she likely won't be staying with us. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Missing the gate, parked the whole way, that's not really fair to her. I'd like to see an honest effort given at both ends of the horse. And then we'll make an informed decision on My Wicked Heart in their future. Never Lose Felix out in the field. We'll bring them all them horses back in another 5 weeks. Yeah, baby. We're parked here because I'm finishing my video because we're at Chick-fil-A and we got to order. Do you want Chick-fil-A?
Full.
Okay, good. Good girl. Oh Hell No is in to go this week. Happy to race her again. I like this filly a lot. I think she's going to be a nice little filly. Pelican Al is back jogging now at Northfield Park. You're not going to see him for a while, but he's back jogging. Princess Dream is getting close. 2-9. She trained again today, a slow mile. She'll go back and train at Mohawk. She's not ready to school yet. She'll train at Mohawk probably Wednesday. Then we'll train her Saturday and go back for a schooler the following Friday. That's the plan with... Don't do that. That's the plan with Princess Dream. Resolve Indeed's been in 2-5. I don't know whether Harry wants to school her next week or not. That'll be up to Harry. But she's close. Rose Run AJ was awesome the other day. Very, very happy with him. He's got the 7-hole at Northfield on Monday night. But still, if he's in the right class, I'm sure he's going to be very, very close. Rose Run Alexandra, very pleased with the way she qualified. Very pleased with the way she raced last week. Just... to have a horse, a 2-year-old go out after 40 days since their qualifier, regardless of how hard you train them, it's always impressive to see them go out and do their work well. She was a little timid at the gate. I'd asked the boys to go up and put her and the other filly behind the gate a little bit fire and shine, as they both shied away from the gate a little bit the other night. But they were both good. Rosetta was awesome in her first start. Super excited to see her in Kentucky. She sits at the bars walking now. Has her days where she's a little stiff in that ankle still, and other days where she's not bad, but still quite a long way back, but has a great attitude, and I love this filly a lot. Southwind Idax is out growing up. He's a giant. He's going to finish growing up, and then he's going to come back to us in about 5 weeks. Speed of Sound, same thing with her, out in the field growing up. Now the Priest. Hi, sweetheart. The Priest. Sit down. The Priest is going to qualify. We went to enter him the other day.
The Priest like 7
I know.
years.
I was trying to catch my train of thought. The Priest will qualify on. The Priest will qualify on Tuesday. We have to get a qualifier into him. The allergies are really being problematic for the Priest, and we'll see if we can get this guy back on track soon. Trevino on green, trained in 2.5 the other day, but he's not there yet. And quite frankly, if I can't see a path to him trotting in 2 minutes or 2:1, we're simply going to turn him out in the field and bring him back in the later part of the fall. And that's exactly what may happen. This week we'll tell that tale. Westland Warrior, I trained in 59 for 2 minutes the other day at Lexington. Track was super deep. I expect a good race next week out of him. I'll be there to drive him. What a lady, what a night. Don't worry about the break the other day. She's going to re-qualify on Tuesday and she'll be just fine. I'm sure of that. And Woodmere Betcha, same type of thing. Waiting for that ultrasound. Probably going to PRP that little hole in that tendon left front. You can't even see it, but it's there under ultrasound. The ultrasound doesn't lie, and I can assure you, if we can see it, eventually everyone will see it if we keep pushing. So she is just jogging full-time right now. She is not trained since she left Ontario. She will not be ready in the immediate... Nice hair. Wow. She won't be ready in the immediate future, but she'll be ready shortly thereafter. Now, all your videos are done. Your opening, your 3-year-old video, your 4-year-old video, and we just finished your 2-year-old video. We are now at Chick-fil-A. Do you just want a box of chicken, the little nuggets things?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to get some Chick-fil-A, and we're going to continue from Erie, where we're at, back to Ontario. We'll be home still around 9:30 tonight. Take care, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Congratulations.
Bye.
Congratulations to everybody, all my partners especially, and Time is on my side. Just a tremendous mile from him today.
Daddy.
Take care, everybody.